Beginning, the voice in the static. Eli Mercer never believed the stars were listening. Every night, after his shift repairing satellite drones for the crumbling orbital relay system, he returned to his cabin at the edge of the Nevada desert, a place where the sky still looked alive. He'd built his own radio array there, a patchwork of scavenged transmitters, antennas, and aging dishes stitched together by stubborn hope. It wasn't for work. It was for the silence. He would sit in that flickering control room surrounded by dust, wires, and the hum of the machines and talk. To no one. About everything. "How was your day, Eli?" He'd mumble into the mic, "Same as always, I guess. Earth's still dying, sky's still full of junk. If someone's out there, I hope you've got better weather." He laughed softly at his own words. They drifted into static, swallowed by the void. Eli had been broadcasting for years, random frequencies, forgotten channels, wavelengths that no one used anymore. It wasn't about expecting an answer. It was just about feeling less alone. Until the night the static changed. It was subtle at first, a rhythmic pulse in the background, like the heartbeat of the universe itself. He leaned closer, adjusting the dials. "Come on," he muttered. "Don't fry on me now." Then, through the distortion, a voice soft, melodic, undeniably real. "Hello, Eli Mercer." Eli froze. The sound was faint, female, tinged with an echo that made it both close and impossibly distant. His hand trembled as he reached for the microphone. Who is this?" Silence. Then the voice again, clearer this time. "You've been speaking for many rotations. I have listened." Eli's heart pounded. He had checked every channel, there was no one on the line. No human signal. "You're not from Earth, are you?" A pause. Then, simply, "No." The air in the cabin felt suddenly thin. He swallowed hard. "You can't be serious. This must be a relay glitch. Some orbital ghost signal." "I am not a ghost," she said gently. "And you are not alone, Eli Mercer." Middle, the woman beyond the sky. Days passed, though Eli wasn't sure how many. Sleep blurred into static, into conversation. "Her name," she said, "was Lyra. I was assigned to observe your world," she told him one night. "I am part of the Ecliptian chorus, we study dying civilizations." "Dying?" Eli asked, leaning toward the mic. "Your world emits more decay radiation than light. Your atmosphere is thinning. Your oceans are scars. You are reaching the end of your resonance." Eli sighed. "Yeah, that sounds about right." But she didn't say it with cruelty. Her tone was filled with something he hadn't expected from an alien voice, sorrow. "You sound lonely," she said one evening. "I could say the same about you." There was a brief silence, then a laugh, musical, like wind through crystal. "Perhaps I am." Their talks grew longer, deeper. Eli told her about the old world, the one with laughter, music, sunlight. Lyra told him of the Veil, her realm beyond the star cluster Alphaeon, where consciousness traveled through waves of light rather than flesh. "How can you even talk to me?" Eli asked one night. "You transmit emotion, not sound," she said. "Your heart resonates. I follow its frequency. Sounds poetic." "It is mathematics," she replied softly. "But I like the way you see it." They began to share dreams. When Eli slept, he sometimes saw flashes, golden horizons, crystal cities, figures of pure light moving across oceans of energy. Once, he saw her face, luminous, with eyes that mirrored the cosmos. When he awoke, his hands trembled as if he'd truly touched her. He told himself he was losing it. Talking to static, falling for a voice. But Lyra's presence felt too real, too vivid to dismiss. Then, one night, she said something that changed everything. "They found me." Eli sat up straight. "Who found you?" "The Dominion of Shadows." They've tracked my signal. They silence any who contact lesser worlds. He blinked. Wait, what are you saying? You're in danger because of me? She hesitated. They are intercepting this transmission. I must go dark soon. But you must know your planet is on their list. They intend to harvest its core within your next cycle. Eli's blood ran cold. Harvest its core? That would destroy your world, yes. Then help us stop them. I cannot interfere. The Accord forbids it. He slammed his fist on the console. Then why talk to me at all? Her voice softened. Because you still believe in the stars. Static filled the room. Then silence. Lyra was gone. The signal of the gods. Days turned to weeks. The desert wind howled outside the cabin. Eli stopped sleeping, stopped working. He spent his nights scanning frequencies, calling her name. Nothing. Until one night, his receiver picked up something impossible, an energy spike from the upper atmosphere. The Dominion. He grabbed his binoculars, stumbling outside. Above the desert sky, a new star was forming, but it was moving, expanding, pulsing with mechanical precision. A ship. No, he whispered. And then, through the noise, a whisper in his head, Eli. It wasn't over the radio. It was inside him. Lyra. I found a way, she said. I can guide you. There is a relay core hidden in your desert, an ancient Eclipsion node buried beneath your planet long ago. If you reach it, you can send a pulse strong enough to blind their sensors. How far? 20 kilometers north. But hurry, they've already begun the extraction sequence. The ground trembled. Far off, a red beam of light pierced the clouds, slicing the sky like a wound. Eli grabbed his backpack, a flashlight, and an old hoverbike that barely held together. He rode into the night, chasing the pulse of the beam, the stars flickering overhead. As he rode, Lyra's voice guided him, sometimes faint, sometimes sharp. Left. Avoid the ridge. There's a fissure ahead. He didn't question how she knew. He just followed. By dawn, he reached the canyon. At its base, half buried in stone, was a structure not human, not ancient, but alive. Metallic vines pulsed with blue light, spreading like veins through the rock. The node, she said. Activate it. Eli dropped to his knees beside a glowing console. Symbols pulsed like living runes. How? Your blood carries carbon resonance. It will respond to your touch. He hesitated, then pressed his palm to the surface. Light surged outward. The air rippled. Above him, the Dominion ship screamed a low, vibrating sound that rattled his bones. It's working, Lyra said. Keep the link open. The beam from the ship wavered, but then it redirected, focusing on him. A blast of energy slammed into the ground nearby, throwing him backward. His chest burned. The console flickered. Eli. He coughed, smoke filling his lungs. I'm still here. They've locked on. I must intervene. You said you can't. I said I shouldn't, she replied. But I will. The sky tore open. A figure descended radiant, wrapped in light. It was her. Lyra. She wasn't just a voice now. She stood above the canyon, wings of plasma unfurling behind her. The Dominion ship turned its weapons toward her. Eli could barely breathe. You're real. Lyra smiled faintly. You made me real. The ship fired. She raised her hand, and light met light, two stars colliding. The explosion shook the heavens. Eli, she said, her voice straining. The node, you must reverse the polarity. It will overload the Dominion's core. He crawled toward the console, fingers trembling, blood running down his arm. What happens to you?